Okay, we are recording now, so that's exciting. Sorry, guys, technical difficulties. I've never actually hosted a team call with you guys, so this is exciting. But welcome to Team Aftershots call for Sundays. Lara asked me this week to host this week's call and talk about my successes with September and everything that because I had my best month of September after being in the business for an entire year. So I have a couple of notes for you guys, and I'll just go through a couple of different things that I did this month, and we'll just go from there. So one of the big things for September was I was consistent. I didn't miss a week of my Power of 5. With September, I did push to have all 4 weeks be a Power of 5. And I had missed a week in August, and I actually put that towards me missing Success Club in August. So don't miss your weeks, even if you are doing your minimum of Power of 3. Missing a week really just sets you right back to the beginning almost. And if you want it, you really do have to push for it. So Power of 3 should be your minimum, but especially since it's the Fall Classic month, you should be pushing for something more than just Power of 3. So I did Power of 5 for the first 2 weeks of September, and that was right after missing my 1 week of August. And I made Success Club 6 overnight. And I'll go through all the people who signed up and how I know them. And then this is another thing is that I'm going to go over with the Power of 5. Don't give up or slow down once you get ahead. It's really difficult once you hit, well, for me anyways, once I hit Success Club 6, I was like, cool, I'm done. It's halfway through the month, and I'm done for the month. Especially it being a classic month, that's not a good way to think, and that's not a good way to keep pushing forward, to keep momentum going even into the next month. Okay. So I was going to go over each category of the Power of 3 and where I find people to add to those categories. So for friends, I have, most of my friends come from Facebook. Like most of the names that I put on there are actual brand new friends that I have on Facebook. And I don't count just sending out a friend request as adding them to my sheet. They actually have to accept my friend request or friend request me. So I actually go through different Facebook pages, like different Facebook friends, their friends lists. I did my mom because there were a lot of people, a lot of her friends that I wasn't friends with on Facebook. I did my husband, actually. I don't know if he knows that, and he's sitting next to me. I stalked through his Facebook friends, and all the friends that I have become friends with since we've been together, I friend requested them. You can do it with, there's always the girl in high school who was best friends with everybody. That's a good person to start with as well, because you can just go through and friend request everyone from like your class or the grade below you or the grade above you. So then you can have everybody and reconnect. The other one, and I only just started doing this because Polly's had so much success, is MyFitnessPal. I've been adding people on MyFitnessPal lately. So you send messages to people and you can go through and like search them. Lara's done a video on this before. But you can search and have different criteria and send them a little message. And you can actually become like friends kind of on MyFitnessPal. So I count those as new ads as well. And I just put on my Power of 3, like Lara showed maybe 2 weeks ago. You can add a note. I'll just write like in the note, MyFitnessPal. Another one is Instagram. I don't count followers on Instagram as new ads because with the MyFollow app, or the Unfollow app, I don't see it as significant since people can just be following you and not actually seeing anything. But email addresses, when I promote things on Instagram and I ask for email addresses or for people to email me, I count those as new ads, and I'll put in their name or whatever name they have on Instagram and then use or their @ sign with their Instagram tag, and then also put in their email address and a little note as well. And then just plain old emails or phone numbers. If you are an Emerald now, you should be getting free leads. If you've hit Success Club, you will get free leads as well. You get email addresses from them. That's a new contact for you. That's a whole new person to reach. And you really do need to send messages out to them. Even though the rate that you really only get them back is like maybe 1 in 5. But the 1 in 5 could actually, become challengers, buy more things, and some of them have actually turned into coaches for many people. So then messaging on Power of 5. Messaging new people, I think, is the easiest category to fill in. I really do. New friends from the day before, I just copy the list and put it right under messaging. Any new friends you are getting, you should be sending them an email, a Facebook message, a message on My Fitness Pal, anything. And just say, like, thanks for adding me, blah, blah, blah. If it's people from high school, catch up with them. If it's someone new and you don't know why they added you or where they know you from, just ask. If you have just unfollow apps set up, they could be from Twitter if you have the automate set up. People from your friends list. Heather Serrano went over a whole thing of how to print out your friends list, and you can just go and cross them off. I wish I had known that before. I used to go alphabetically, just looking through the back. It's pretty horrible. That was a couple months ago. But just go through new people on your friends list. New comments on Instagram accounts. This is what Lara had also talked about on her last Sunday Hangout call, is new comments on Instagram accounts once you like 3 of their pictures and then comment on one of them. I count that as a new message because actually for me it's like 3 out of 5 times they respond back and we get a conversation going. And then the other new thing is send a private message or write on the I like private messages, but write on the Facebook wall of everyone whose birthday it is that day. Add them to your new messages because you can usually get a conversation going. Ask them what they did for their birthday or if they have any big plans or anything like that. So that actually is a really easy category to hit 10 in. Since I am doing Power of 10 for October, that's probably my easiest category to hit 10. So for inviting, this is, I'm noticing, especially being on the Team Victory All-Stars page, this is what everyone is struggling with the most, is who to invite, what counts as an invite, how do you know when to send out an invite. I'll give you a few tips as to who I send invites to or what I count as an invite. And if you have any questions or anything, just like Lara has said, you can copy and paste conversations to me or ask questions or anything. I look at my conversations with my people that were in my new messages the week before. If I don't feel that the conversation is really going anywhere, I'll just leave it. But if it's something that I feel like I could actually turn to fitness or has already turned to fitness, I absolutely will. And if it's something that, and I'll actually get to this as well, but once you post transformation pictures, once I add new people and I'm like, hey, how are you? How have you been? Blah, blah, blah. They'll usually say, especially lately, hey, you look great. What are you doing? And I get so many of those messages every day. It starts the conversation itself, and it's really not that difficult. And you can ask them what they're doing and if they're interested in hearing a little bit more about what you do. Remember, it's just as easy as recommending a really good movie or a really good place to go out and eat. Don't overthink recommending whatever program you're doing right now. Let's see. And now when you promote, this is another big one. When you promote your free clean eating group, your challenge group, whatever, anyone who comments on that post and you send them a message like, hey, I just want to make sure, are you really actually interested in this? That really is an invite. You're still inviting them to come and join you in your group. And then events are a big deal now, to do events for your upcoming groups, your free clean eating groups, your challenge groups, even your coaching webinars. I do events for my coaching webinars. Anyone who RSVPs yes to the event, that is an automatic, easy person to put on your invite list, because you can just email or message them and say like, oh, I saw you were really interested in this. If you don't mind, I have a few questions just to make sure that this program is perfect for you. That really is still inviting them to come and join you. You're just beginning the forming process with them. Follow-ups. Follow-ups are a little bit more difficult for me usually. I have a few different things that I do, though, to make sure that I get my numbers for my follow-ups. I go back to last month's power of 3, and I look at anyone who has stopped messaging me and responding. I'll be like, oh, yeah, I forgot. We had started in the inviting process or whatever, and they stopped messaging me after this step or this step. And I'll put those on my follow-up list and send them another message. Let's see. I'll also go through old free contacts and send them like their 30-day, like your 30-day follow-up email you're supposed to send. And then I will also actually just scroll right down through my messages on Facebook and look at them and see who has stopped responding and who I feel I need to follow up with. Some of them I already know, like I have a list of people I have to follow up with once a month or so and see how they're doing. But follow-ups have been the hardest for me, so that's why I don't have as many tips for what to do with them. So for coaching, who to invite to coaching, what counts as an invite to coaching, etc. Again, if they respond to the what is the coaching webinar or comment on there, that's an easy ask right there. That's an easy person on your list. But for coaching, especially if you're in the push to diamond group, or if you are trying to go diamond or trying to go emerald, you need to put coaching in front of everyone. Everyone can sign up as a coach. They can either be a free discount coach and get the discounts and not really work the business. They can be someone looking to make like $200 extra a month, or there could be someone wanting to run with this business and take off. But putting coaching in front of everyone is really what you should be doing. That's from all the top coaches, that's really what they're saying as to how to rank advance the quickest. So you look at your challengers. Current and old challengers are probably the number one people you should go to, along with anybody who's on Shakeology HD. Those would be, if they are commenting in your challenge groups and getting people motivated, they're already coaching, they're already doing it, and you can just tell them that they can now be paid for it. If it's anyone who's on Shakeology HD and they're paying the full price for Shakeology, they might as well just sign up as a coach and get the 25% discount, because they're just going to get a discount for Shakeology. Relatives is, if you're trying to rank advance, that's a really good area to look in. If you're really close to a rank advance and you need 1 or 2 more, ask your mom. You know, you should all at least have a spouse or somebody signed up as well. And a spouse and your mom is the best way to go emerald. It's really easy as well. And then this is something that Anna has been saying a lot lately with coaching, to don't be selfish. You withholding the coaching opportunity from someone is actually really selfish of you. What if this is something that, you know, is perfect for them and can make all of their big goals come true? And then if they say no, ask them why. Ask them why they say no to coaching, and ask them what they would want to be different about it, or what would make them say yes. But remember, the seed is already planted. So another thing for September, and this has actually been August and September, I have been pushing to get paid weekly. I will admit that I have not been paid weekly every single day since I started last year. I have been getting paid weekly, though, for the last 9 weeks now. And with the power of 3 and everything, it's been between $50 and $150 a week. So it's really a push, and you really just have to stay consistent, and the numbers will stay consistent. So getting paid weekly, these are the things that I focus on to get paid weekly. Once Thursday hits, and once it's like the celebration of everything that's new, I see it as like the end of the month. Like I gotta push really hard from Thursday to Wednesday to make sure that I get at least something in there so I can at least get a paycheck. But don't focus on Success Club points. Don't put Success Club points over people's heads. I had talked about this in my video before. Do not put Success Club points over people's heads. Once you just start enjoying the conversation and just start thinking to yourself that you only really need to help 3 people, that's, it's easier and it's a different mindset in how you approach things. So, and I also look for people to help, and I don't focus on just Shakeology or just challenge packs. I do have extra orders that come in. I have people on E&E HD, on R&R HD. There are people who are on different things than just Shakeology and just challenge packs. Yes, it doesn't get you Success Club points, and it's not as high PV, but it's still money coming in. Then I keep my customers on Shakeology Home Direct. I have about 4 customers on Shakeology Home Direct right now that I've been keeping at least for 2 or 3 months. And I follow up with them every single month just to make sure that everything is still going well and seeing how, if they want anything to be changed or anything like that. Let's see. So the other ways that I made September my best month was absolutely the 3 vital behaviors. Post your transformation pictures. I know it's really terrifying and it's really hard to acknowledge or to let people know that you let yourself go. Even now that I've been a coach for a year and I had a really rough January through March, it was really hard to post those transformation pictures of Turbo Fire because people could see that after I finished Insanity, I let myself go again, and it was really difficult. But I've gotten so many people interested and in my free groups and people signing up to get challenge packs or anything like that just from posting transformation pictures. Plus, it's a huge encouragement. People are so nice when you post your transformation pictures. They will tell you how great you look and how great you look and how proud they are of you. And it's really good conversation starters. Post your workouts and post what you eat. People are watching you whether or not they admit to watching you. It's even more weirder when they admit to have watched you for months afterwards. And you're like, oh, I was Facebook friends with you? Oh, that's cool. But post your workouts, post what you eat. It helps people realize that you are genuine and you're not just out there trying to make a sale. This is your new lifestyle and this is what you follow. I was going to grab my personal development book. But for September, my biggest motivation, my biggest pusher was reading #GirlBoss. I am still reading it because I slowed down a little bit because of how much I loved it. I didn't want it to be over yet. But I'm going to try and finish it before tomorrow when I have to start reading Failing Forward for Emerald to Diamond. But #GirlBoss, even if you aren't a female, #GirlBoss still has a lot of motivating and inspiring aspects to it, especially with how she built her business and became a CEO of such a huge business. So that's really all I have for you guys tonight. I was going to go over all the different ways that I got my Success Club 8 points because I used to like when people would do this so I would know where they were getting their customers from when I was really struggling to make Success Club. So my biggest number one thing is to tell you wear and share. Wear and share anywhere you go, unless it's obviously to work and you can't. But anytime you leave the house, put on a shirt, put on something that has Beachbody something on it. It catches people's attention. It usually gets questions asked. So I got 2 people from posting my transformation pictures. One of them is an old high school friend with my mom. And I posted my transformation pictures, and she had finally admitted that she was ready and had admitted she had been watching me since January but had never responded to any message I sent her. And she actually purchased I told her what I was doing, drinking shakes. She was like, okay, I trust you. She's actually doing great. She's in the current challenge group as well. The second one who purchased from my transformation pictures was a friend of high school. I started talking to her in February about the 21-day fix. She finally purchased the 21-day fix last month. And the other person who I got for my 6 overnight was her sister. I always ask for referrals. That is another big thing that you should do is always ask for referrals, not just from people who say no, but from people who say yes. Because if you tell people that they have a better chance to stay accountable and keep going with it, if they have someone close to them doing it as well, they all usually get really excited and can convince someone to do it with them. And then the fourth person is actually a follow-up that I went out to dinner with my mom and her best friends, and my mom shared how much weight she's losing and how they all said she looks so amazing. And one of her best friends looks at me and goes, I want help. The next day I sent her a friend request, and within 4 days she bought a challenge bag because I told her what works for people, and she can clearly see that it's working for someone else. So just follow up. Don't be afraid and don't be ashamed of your business and to talk about what you're doing. You're helping people. You're not salesy. So don't ever be afraid of that. But that's really all I have for you guys tonight. I tried to keep it short since it is so late. But I hope you guys got something out of this. I hope you guys are kicking butt for Fall Classic. And I hope you guys have a good night. Thanks, guys.